Hello, how are you? My name's Samantha and this is day 5 of my Christmas in July vlogs. It's going to be a very short one tonight. I am exhausted, as you can probably tell, looking at me. It's been a very long day. It's been a very physically and mentally draining day. So I have not got that much done. I have got bits done, but I don't have an absolute ton. And I just want to go and have a nice soak in the bath and then go to bed. So, I mean, today was my 11-year-old's second day for his high school induction. So we dropped off my 8-year-old at primary school, then my 11-year-old went up to high school, which is a 5-minute walk around the corner. But then we had to stand around waiting for half an hour before he could go in there. Then I had to go up and get the car from my ex's house so that I could go shopping. Now, if you've watched any of my podcasts before, I've mentioned it before, I have agoraphobia. I don't deal well with being outside on my own at all. I have like certain places that I can go and it's not as bad. So that's what I did today. Unfortunately, where I was going was like a shopping complex, and one of the places I went in was fine. I went into Sainsbury's and got what I needed to get out of there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get everything that I needed out of there, and I had to get the stuff today because it's for my 11-year-old's going away at the weekend on a school trip. And then I had to go into a different shop which has moved premises, so the shop's in a different place. It's in the same shopping complex, but it's in a different place and it's different staff and everything looks very different, so that was stressful. But I did it. But it's just stuff like that mentally drains me. And then I had to come back and once my 11-year-old got back from school, he finished at 2:30 today, and once he got back we then had to load the car up with some stuff, take all that back along with the car to my ex's, and then walk from there back down to pick up my 8-year-old from school. And then they're at their dad's tonight, and I had to wait on him coming home from work so that he can come and pick the kids up. And yeah, it's just I love my kids, but I'm glad I have a bit of decompression time tonight. They'll be back first thing in the morning and I'll need to take them to school, but for tonight I can go and relax and have a nice bath and try to sleep, because I've not been sleeping either. I think I'm averaging about maybe 3 or 4 hours a night at the minute. It's not good. Anyway, that was like a lot of talking and not showing you actually anything crafty. So let's do that. I'm so tired. Oh, it's ridiculous. I know it doesn't sound like that much when I say it, but because it's like the mental exhaustion of things, it's just horrible. Like, it's not fun. It's not fun to be mentally exhausted because everything else just seems really difficult. And that's how bad habits get formed, like eating junk food rather than cooking healthy meals. I've not cooked anything yet. I need to eat as well. That's another thing. Right, I've managed to do my 8 rows on my blanket. You can see that I don't think it's meant to be anything. I think it's just the pattern. I don't know. What do you think? So I think I love these Santas. But I think this is just meant to be a pattern to break up. Because the next bit, I'll show you the finished one. The next bit is going to be this like snowflakey kind of, can you see that? The snowflakey kind of pattern. So yeah, I think it's just a pattern. I don't think it's supposed to be anything. But it means I'm almost finished with this colour. And this is the HoHoHo blanket by Rosina Plain. You can buy it on Ravelry. It was a cow for last year where I bought the colour pack. That's the original colours. That's it as a table runner, placemats, and some different colours. So you can buy it on Ravelry. It comes just as all one pattern now. Last year when it was a cal, it was broken up into bits. It is £7.95 and it is a very involved pattern, lots of information, definitely well worth the money. I bought the colour pack for it from Warehouse last year, and this is me just getting around to doing it. The colours we have, it's all Stylecraft Special DK. We've got fuchsia purple, the white is the main colour, so then we've got fuchsia purple, aspen and empire. But you can literally do it in whatever you want. And this is the size it's going to be. So it's not going to be massive. You can always add repeats of the pattern on though. She'll just tell you how to do that as well. It's going to have a border on it. But the border's not going to make it much bigger than this, I wouldn't have thought. But also because this is in DK weight, if you used a bigger weight of yarn, it would also make the blanket bigger. I know like here, it's much easier to get DK than it is to get anything else. I'm pretty sure that in the US, most of your yarn is like worsted weight, which is more like our Aran weight. So, you know, it might be easier for you to get the worsted weight and all the colours that you want for it. You can do it in whatever colours you want. I'm just doing it with these because I bought the colour pack. You can do it in like monochrome, you can do it in a rainbow, you can do whatever you like. It is your pattern. So we have this. I'm just doing it as per the pattern, 4mm hook, and I'm really enjoying it. This is the first time I've done, it's overlay mosaic crochet, first time I've done it, and I'm doing 8 rows a day so that I can get it done by the end of the month. And so far, for the whole 5 days I've been doing it, I've been keeping up with doing my 8 rows a day, so I'm happy with that. Right, next, my sock. I've managed to do a little bit more on this. Not a lot. And this was, I did a little bit this morning. This morning I got up, I was up nice and early with the whole not sleeping thing. And I thought, you know, I'll sit and have a cup of coffee, sit and knit on my sock for a little bit before the children get up. And then I have to become a mother again. But no, I managed to get maybe 2 rows done, and then my darling little cherubs appeared, and none of them are good in the morning. So they both turn up and like, oh, Mom. Yeah, what's wrong? He was snoring. Okay, and you want me to do what? I'm sorry. Like, so yeah, they share a room when they're here, and sometimes it's good because they do like to play together. Sometimes it's bad, like in the mornings, because none of them are morning people. So it's a bit hit or miss how a morning's gonna go. And of course my 11-year-old now, he's going to high school very, very soon, which apparently makes him officially an adult. And this is very important that everybody knows that he's now an adult and he knows everything about everything, because he's going to high school this year. He's very clever and knows all the things all the time. I'm sure I was never like that. I'm sure I was an angel when I was 11. I'm not sure my mother would agree, but I'm pretty sure I was an angel. Back to the sock. I'm sorry. Right, so I started doing the sock, got about 2 rows done, and then I had to deal with the snoring issue. And then we had to go and get ready for school, and off we toddled. And so this is, I've done maybe from about here. I should really start putting stitch markers in. I don't know why I've not been doing it. You know what? I've got one here. I'm going to put a stitch marker in now for where I am just now. Right. Woo. Rather than guessing every day. So the bit that I've done, I think I've probably done about 1 colour repeat, maybe a little more. Yeah, probably a little. I've done maybe about 4 stripes, 4 or 5 stripes. I did that while we were standing waiting on the the high school queue thing. So yeah, sock is West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply. The colour is Candy Cane. And these are the two projects that I'm trying to like prioritise. The blanket needs time to be able to sit down and concentrate on it. This is like when I'm standing in the queue, or when I've just got like 5 minutes and I don't really need to pay attention to it. These are the two projects that I'm prioritising over the months to try and get them done. The colourway, so I'm all over the place, I am so sorry. The colourway is a Christmas colourway from a few years ago, so I don't think you can get it anymore. But this is the colour. It's got little speckles in it, look. It's very pretty. I do like it. This is just going to be a big, massive, long tube, and then I'm going to cut it up, depending on how long the tube ends up. I'm going to cut it up. And depends on how far up my wee legs I can get it as well. Because the plan is to have long socks, but I am not a small person, so I don't know how far the socks will stretch. See, I've got like the tops of my legs are quite big. Most of my weight I carry across my stomach because I put on weight from pregnancy, and then that carries on into my thighs, but the bottoms of my legs aren't actually that big. I'm a really weird shape, so I'm thinking that the socks will be okay. I don't know. Is anybody else a weird shape? Does anybody else have experience with this? I don't know. I would try them on, but I don't have the energy right now. I have one more project to show you. And then I'll go and stop plaguing you with my waffles. Right. My waffles, my waffling. My little Robin. Robin now has a red breast. It's embroidery. This is just like long and short stitch, which is essentially you just do different length stitches to fill it in, and it gives it this like nice textured appearance, which is really good when you're doing like animals or teddy bears or anything fluffy, I suppose. Obviously birds aren't fluffy, but they do have feathers, so it's nice to get a little bit of texture on them. The book itself, this is the one that I'm doing. The book itself actually tells you, yeah, see, I've just found the pattern and I'm doing it all wrong, because it has the pattern and then it tells you what stitches. The front half of the book is just like the pictures for you to trace off, and then the second half has got all the pictures again, but with the stitches that it uses. And I've done this as a long and short stitch to give it texture, but according to this it should all be done in satin stitch. Oops. But it's my Robin, and if I want him textured, he will be textured. I've just used random thread. This is just a scrap bit of fabric. These are just random threads out of my random thread box, where I just put all my odds and ends of threads, threads that aren't DMC, because I've got the cases to put my DMC in. They're all bobbinated and in DMC boxes, and everything else I get just goes in there, and then I pull it out for doing stuff like this. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this finished tomorrow, because it doesn't actually take that long. It's just that I've had very, very little time today. So my current plans for tomorrow, because tomorrow is a pretty chill day, which is good, because like today has been a little bit stressful. So tomorrow my plan is to do my 8 stitches, my 8 rows on this, a little bit on my socks, finish my Robin, and then maybe try and finish my Christmas mouse, because I have all the, you're sitting on a table I've got one of these like wiggly stick things to put my phone in, which is attached to the side of the table, but the top of the table is just covered in balls of yarn. The table's only like that wide, and it's normally for putting my coffee on. I would not be able to get coffee on it at the minute because it's just covered in yarn and scissors and my stack of notebooks, because I have to write everything down, because not only do I have like mental problems that make me forget things, I am now also getting old and getting to the age where my memory is just going, I no longer wish to cooperate. So I have to write everything down all the time. Okay, we're on 15 minutes, nearly 60 minutes. I am going to stop waffling and I will let you go, and I will be back tomorrow, hopefully after some sleep and hopefully a little less all over the place, and hopefully with some finished things. Some finished things would be nice. So yeah, and enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, whatever time it is where you are, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye.